Welcome to Senior Moments, a production of the Plainfield-Guilford Township Public Library. I'm Nick, and I'm here to share with you some food for thought and some food for fun. So let's get started with our thought of the week. Help one another. As the years progressed, I wouldn't have made it without the help of my friends, family, and neighbors. I urge each of you to think about the help you've received this year from your friends, family, and neighbors, and pass it on back to them. Help break their leaves. Give them a ride to a doctor's appointment. Help them with grocery shopping. This kind of help not only helps people physically, it also boosts their spirits and gives them strength in a difficult time. When we help one another, we show them that we care, and that care leads to a strength that bolsters our entire community. And now, here's some jokes. A man and a woman been married for 60 years. They shared everything. They talked about everything. They had no secrets except for one. The little old woman had a shoebox that she kept at the top of her closet and had instructed her husband to never open. All those years, he was dutiful. He never touched the box. But one day, she got very sick, and she told him that it was time for him to take down the box. When he took down the box and they opened it together, he found 2 little crocheted dolls and a bunch of cash that totaled about $95,000. He asked her what it all was, and she said, "When we got married, my grandmother told me the secret of a happy marriage is to never argue," which they never argued. Instead, the woman's grandmother told her to crochet a little doll every time she was mad at her husband. The little old man was so moved. All those years, and she had only crocheted 2 little dolls. He looked at her and said, "Honey, that explains the dolls. But where did all this cash come from?" She replied, "Oh, that's the money from selling all the other dolls." I've got another one for you. A woman's in the kitchen and she's making some eggs for breakfast. Suddenly her husband comes in. Hey, careful, put in some more butter. More butter. If you don't have enough butter, the eggs are going to stick to the pan and it'll all go wrong. All go wrong. Oh, no, you've got too many eggs in there. It's time to turn them. You don't want them to get burnt on the underside. Turn them. Hey, be careful. You're going to break some yolks. What's wrong? You never listen to me when you're cooking. Never. Hey, hurry up. You got to get them off the pan. Are you nuts? Have you lost your mind? Put some more salt on those. They need to taste like something. Salt. You always forget the salt. So the wife had gotten all of the eggs onto the platter and then turned around, pretty angry at this point, looks at her husband and goes, "Now, what was that all about?" The husband calmly replies, "I just wanted to show you what it feels like when I'm driving." And now for Where Did That Come From?, in which I share with you the history behind some popular idioms. So we're going to start today with turn a blind eye. There's a bunch of different proposed histories of this idiom, but the most colorful one comes from 1801, when Horatio Nelson, who was a famous British admiral, was fighting in the Battle of Copenhagen. He shared command with another admiral, Sir Hyde Parker, and Nelson was blind in one eye. Parker used semaphore or flags to communicate to Nelson that he needed to retreat from the battle. Nelson, however, was sure that if they kept on their current course, they could win the battle. So he raised the telescope to the eye he couldn't see out of and continued as if he saw nothing, and then commented to a fellow officer that he reserved the right to use his blind eye every once in a while. And we'll move on to another idiom that has a history in English history. Reading the Riot Act. So in 1714, the British government passed a Riot Act to prevent unruly assemblies. At the time, the government was not really popular, and they were afraid of a coup by supporters of the previous Stuart dynasty. So if crowds of more than 12 assembled, an authority would come and read a portion of the Riot Act, which told them that they either must disperse or go to jail. Thus, if someone is acting out, we read them the Riot Act. And now for our final segment, a very popular one, Who Am I?, in which I give you 5 clues to guess a famous person from the Golden Era, and you've got to guess who it is. Try to challenge yourself by making the correct guess in as few clues as possible. So here's clue number 1. She was born in Japan to an English professor father and an actress mother, but was raised in Saratoga, California from the age of 3, with her father reportedly more concerned with the Japanese game Go, leaving the family to return to Japan shortly thereafter. Clue number 2. Her acting career began on stage in an amateur production of Alice in Wonderland and was discovered by a major film and stage producer through a production in a community theater performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream, which fittingly became her film debut, albeit in a different role. Clue number 3. Her film career initially consisted of roles as the heroine in action films, and developed into more dramatic roles in the 1940s, resulting in 5 Oscar nominations, winning 2 for her portrayals of a young mother-turned-cosmetics mogul and a naive young scion of a wealthy family. Clue number 4. Her younger sister was also a very accomplished actress. Both sisters received Oscars for Best Actress and had stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. However, they spent most of their lives as rivals, both professionally. The younger sister won her Oscar before the elder in a year both were nominated to boot. And personally, they spent most of their lives estranged from one another. Clue number 5. Although she retired from film in 1989, she remained visible in the film community with appearances in documentaries and in award ceremonies. She was the longest-lived star of the golden age of Hollywood, receiving the National Medal of Arts at the age of 92 and reaching the age of 104 before her death this July. Can you guess who this is? It's Olivia de Havilland. Congratulations if you guessed. Well, that about does it for our time here today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and keep your eyes peeled for another video in our series and other videos that we produce. And remember, always keep smiling.